Hello? Oh, where is my chat box? I don't know where it is. That's okay. Maybe we'll just start the game if my chat box isn't working on the just chatting screen, because that's kind of funny. Alright. Chat box isn't on any of them. What happened? I didn't touch anything! Hey Bagel Crusts. Hey, hey Toki. Hey, KK. Hey Bumfluff. How you all doing? I don't know where my chat box has gone. We'll see. Maybe it just won't be there today. Okay. It should be there. Oh, all good. All good. Alright. So yeah, we're nearing the end of this game, I think. I think we have 3 chapters left. I don't know if I'll get through all 3 of them tonight, because they might be kind of long, but we'll see. Oh! It's back! Bagel Crust, you fixed it! Yeah, I don't know what happened. Whoa. Bagel stole it. Oh, that's loud for me. Let me know if it's okay for you guys. Got guilty and gave it back. Alright. Chapter 8. Whoa. Chapter 8. It's right under your nose. Thursday morning, December 25th. Oh my god! Merry Christmas, everyone! Waking up doesn't feel so bad this time. I can still feel some drink from last night sloshing around in my stomach. But as I drag myself out of bed and feel a draft of cool air, I soon feel better, like I can actually face the day. I open the blinds and stare out of the window. The rain was pouring down during the night. Must have stopped sometime this morning. Sunlight beyond the window is dazzling as it reflects off the leftover droplets of water. The still damp cityscape is strangely picturesque, like a scene from a film. I lean against the glass and take a moment to absorb what I'm seeing. Suddenly, the song that I heard last night, Promise, pops into my head for some reason. I pause. Why did it provoke such a nostalgic feeling in me when I heard it? Also, for some reason, my, like, alert history isn't showing up on my Streamlabs. I think my Streamlabs is just a bit broken. Maybe I should have restarted before I streamed. I only just noticed it, though. Then the realization hits me. I must have heard it somewhere before. After putting on some clothes, I slump into the sofa. Oh, we did not get to see the back this time. Stretch. Stretch. Oh, that alert is broken. That's okay, all good. Stretch time. Hello. Thank you for the stretch. I try to unclutter my memories and recover the one that includes that song. Good stretch. Yes, very good. Everyone should have a good stretch. At last, a memory from 25 years ago emerges as I recall the streets at night. That's it, the song I heard on the radio then. It was Promise. It was after Dad had been murdered and we moved to Manhattan. I woke suddenly at night only to hear the sound made by the falling rain. Hey Danny-kun, how are you? I left my bed and slipped behind the curtain. If I stood on the tips of my toes, I could just about see through the window. The glass was slightly foggy, so I had to use the sleeve of my pajamas to wipe it. My sleeve was wet through, but I could finally see outside. What I saw was the purple lit glow of the Manhattan night. I vowed that I wouldn't ever enjoy living there. I didn't know anyone, it was too cold. But for the first time, I found something I appreciated about the place. I wanted my mum to see that view. I cautiously opened the door to the neighbouring room. To my surprise, my mum was still awake, standing beside the window. Realization came to me in an instant. Mum had been staring at the same view I had. I remembered telling her that I thought it looked beautiful. Mum came over, wrapped her arms around me, and stood there beside me. You love Wide Taxi? How are you doing, Ripple? There was a faint sound coming from the small radio Mum kept beside the bed. While holding me, my mum told me something. She said that my dad loved this song. As I looked up, my eyes met those of Mum. Then, for the first time since we arrived at that town, Mum looked different. Her eyes were brimming with tears. So that was how I knew that song. It was the song playing on the radio in our apartment. Aww. Alright. What were we gonna do today? I guess it'll prompt me when I go outside. Compressed. How you doing, poor boy? It's my phone. Hello? Mom. I see you're at home. Yeah, no change there. What's on your mind? Nothing really. I just thought you'd be out. Sorry to disappoint. Don't take everything as a joke, Carl. I just felt like I should call you, that's all. Didn't really have anything to say though. What about Merry Christmas? Snorlax. Such a cute emote. You're worrying me, Mum. Why call if you thought I was going to be out? That's what I wanted to say to her, but I decided to keep it to myself instead. I got your package, by the way. That baseball. It was the one Dad bought me all those years ago, wasn't it? So you remembered. Vaguely. I remember Dad and I used to play catch with it. That ball was very precious to your father. I think the reason was that you told him you wanted to be a baseball player. I can't imagine that. I remember saying something like that when I was a kid. Your father kept that ball, so each time he looked at it, he could see your smiling face telling him you wanted to be a pro one day. Kids say the craziest things. Yeah, I can't imagine him wanting to be a baseball player. Alright. Do you guys think that's enough Wide Taxi? How long do you guys think Wide Taxi should go for? I don't remember that key though. What was the key Dad used for the car? What was it? Oh. No, it wasn't. Then what was it? When the case came back from the police, it was inside. It was there together with the baseball. I haven't a clue what it's for, but I have a feeling it represents something that he wanted you to have. Mom, I think there's something I've been meaning to ask for a while now, and I think now's the time. What is it? What did you want to ask me? Why did you ever get with a guy like Dad? What? He was a real he was in a less than respectable career. So why did you agree to marry him? Well, I fell in love, that's why. I fell in love with him and never wanted to be apart. The first time I met him was at the hospital where I worked. I was the one in charge of tending the wounds when he came in with. So it was a classic case of patient and nurse falling in love. Yeah, I suppose it was. Kinda yucky, I don't like that. When I met him, he was a total stranger. But I did know one thing. I knew that he was bearing a secret of some kind that, if it ever came out, I wouldn't be able to stay with him. That's why I was prepared to be content without knowing. When did you find out what his secret was? About 2 years after you'd been born. He came clear about precisely what he did for a living. You mean he told you about the safe cracking? Yes. But once you knew, didn't you try and stop him? Kyle. Maybe if you had, we wouldn't have to live off the money he earned by ripping people off, and he wouldn't have wound up dead 7 years later. Not like that, Kyle. Then what is it like? After you were born, your father, he wanted to make a clean break and give up that line of work. But his associates weren't happy with his decision. And so he just kept on cracking safes? How can you just forgive him like that? Is this Kyle's mum? Yes, it is. Alright, that's enough wide taxi. Kyle. After hearing me shout down the phone at her, Mum drifts into a strange silence. Maybe it's because this was the first time we had ever discussed Dad so openly. I'm starting to regret bringing the subject up in the first place. Regular taxi is also very cute. Thank you. Let's stop talking about this. I'm thinking of redesigning VTaxi. Like, I've kind of finished the model. Like, I finished redesigning it, but I'm unsure when I want to actually, like, debut the new model. Maybe after I finish this game. Thank you so much for following HT Gerardo. How are you? But yeah, I'm excited. Oh, that was a noise. Yeah, I'm excited to show her to everyone when I'm ready. Improving skills, very excited. Well, she's kind of the same, but she's got a new outfit. And yeah, you will see soon enough. She has the same hair and stuff, but she feels a bit more like, I guess, I don't know, I don't want to say too much. Yeah, maybe you're right. Kyle, when you're ready to forgive your father and me, perhaps then we can continue this conversation. Merry Christmas, Kyle. Merry Christmas, Mom. Oh, it's so muggy tonight. It's awful. And I can't have my fan up high because it's so loud. Buzzer suddenly sounds. Who's there? But yes, I will keep her as a surprise. I have shown a couple of friends, but it won't be on stream until maybe I finish this game. Maybe the game after. I don't know. I don't know when it'll be. You never know. It's you. Merry Christmas, Hyde. What the hell do you want this early in the morning? Back to your normal cold self, I see. You have to forgive me, but wasn't it you who dumped your friend on Christmas Eve? Just to go paint the town red with Betty? I'm not denying it, but have a heart, man. What would you have done? Anyway, how was the rest of the night down there? Just me and Sydney drinking till after the place closed. Cool. He's tough to drink under the table, that one. Can't remember a single time I didn't pass out while he's still solid as a rock. How was your night? Mine? How did it go with Betty? That's what you came here to tell me about anyway, right? You really can see right through me, man. So what happened? Well, we headed to the same place I took you a couple of nights ago. Spent half the night chatting and getting out of control. Sounds like it went pretty well. Yeah, I thought so too, but now I'm not so sure. What do you mean? I'd actually kind of given up on Betty, but then she went and said some pretty confusing things. Oh, what did she say? She told me to give something to you. Something pretty weird. Ooh. What did Betty say? She was a little drunk and slurring her words a bit, but she was going on about how there were two guys she likes. One who sets sparks flying and one she cares about in a different way. Cryptic. Her words, not mine. I sat there nearly falling off my stool. But the next thing she said sure threw me a hell of a curveball. Tony, she said, what do you do when there's someone you really care about who's close to you? You know, someone you've been friends with for a while? How do you tell them how much you care about them without them freaking out? Did she say anything else? Yeah, she said, the other guy's history now, I want to take it further with that friend, but... So what had you confused? That's the thing, the way she looked at me when she said it, I started thinking maybe that friend is me. But you didn't actually ask her, right? Nah, I kinda chickened out. Pathetic, isn't it? Maybe you're wrong, maybe you're right, but for now, you should stick to the belief that she was talking about you and trying to become that person to her. And, she was talking about you and try to become that person to her. Only way to be for sure, right? I guess so. You know what, maybe it is me. Who knows? I mean, look at you, you can't get her out of your head. Ain't that the truth? I didn't think they were very close, so like when she's like talking about like a close friend not freaking them out, I would kind of think that it wouldn't be him because I didn't think they were close. What did she ask you to look after? This. It's some sort of notebook. A notebook? She said it belongs to Rex, but he left it behind. That looks important. Why would he leave that? She said something about you being able to find some use for it. Can't say I understood what she was getting at though. Right, I'm gonna go back to my room. Tony leaves my room. What's Rex keeping written down in his notebook? I think it's time I found out. I guess we can inspect it. Yeah. I open Rex's notebook. Inside there's something written that reads, 1967, Condor disappeared. Jack Green disappeared. Jack Green? What the fuck is that? Who the hell's he? Yeah, exactly. It's my phone again. From the other end of the line, I hear a very familiar voice. Rachel. Merry Christmas, sweetie. I've got some good news for you. Ed's made a dramatic recovery and will be out of hospital by the weekend. That's good to hear. It's pretty comforting, but the doctor laid down the law. He said Ed really can't afford to push himself anymore. He has to avoid unnecessary stress that could put strain on his heart. So I guess that means we'd better not give him too much trouble. You mean you'd better not, but yeah, that's what I figured too. Fuck it, I'm gonna turn my fan up. I'm sorry if it's gonna make a noise, but I'm like sweating. It's really hot tonight. Yeah. Yeah, just the fan is... You can fucking hear that in my microphone. Why is it so loud? Is that really loud for you guys? Let me know. Nah, that's way too loud. It's okay? Really? The humidity over here is pretty high. Yeah, it's real muggy tonight. I'm having a real sweat. Alright, if you guys think it sounds fine, then I'll keep it. I can't seem to connect my leap motion to my shirt. I really gotta get something to clip it on better than a peg. Okay, how about you? Has there been any developments? Nothing too exciting, but there's something I need you to check out. What is it? I need you to check out someone connected to Rex Foster. Someone going by the name of Jack Green, who was under investigation by Rex. He may have disappeared off the grid after 1967. Jack Green, 1967, got it. I'll see what I can dig up. Expect a call when I find something. Thanks. Looks like I'm gonna be at Looks like I'm going to be at a loose end till Rachel gets back to me about Jack Green. Hang on. I just remembered I need to return Sydney's record to him. Do I have that in my bag? I do! Okay. Let's go for some coffee. This entire time we've not seen like Hyde have any kind of like food in his house. If he wants food, he goes down to the cafe. Does he make anything for himself? Sydney, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Mr. Hyde. Thanks again for last night. It was refreshing. It was a refreshing change of pace. I enjoyed myself too. I think last night is going to be a Christmas Eve I'll be sure to remember. Yeah, you and me both. Would you care for anything to eat? No, I'm good. I just came to return that record you loaned me. Oh, he not have a coffee? Oops. That's the wrong thing. I hand Sydney back his record. Thanks for that. Did you listen to it? Yeah, I took it home and listened to it all night. Really? Is that so? It's not the kind of thing I usually listen to, but the song's nostalgic to me. Thanks to your record, I had a bit of a sentimental moment alone in my room. It does you good to come out of yourself from time to time. Yeah, I think it does. Actually, Mr. Hyde, there was something I wanted to ask you about. Yeah? Actually, what is it? Just come out and say it. I wanted to ask for your help with something. It's about Claire. Has something happened to her? She's been acting funny ever since she got home last night, and she hasn't said a word to me all morning. However many times I ask her, she won't say a thing. I'm at the end of my tether. So what do you want me to do? I want you to find out what the problem is. Would you mind speaking to her on my behalf? Sometimes when I look at her, all I see is a naive young girl. If you agree to speak with her, you'll find her cleaning the billiards room. I'm counting on you, Mr. Hyde. Hmm. Hello? Claire, I'm sorry, but I'm busy with cleaning at the moment. Oh dear. Claire. Still worried about your dad? Dad's worried about you. Are you still worried about your dad? Yes, I am. You remember what we talked about the day before Christmas Eve? Did you get around to asking him about it? Did you find out if there's someone special in his life? I never got around to asking him outright, but I kinda got the impression from the way he was acting. So you're trying to tell me is that you didn't ask, right? I'm not interested in maybes, I need to know for sure. Claire. After all, this could be the last chance. I knew it, I just knew it. I had a feeling all along that he wouldn't keep his promise. Last chance for what, Claire? The last chance for him and Mum to get together. If Dad doesn't step in and do something right away, it'll be too late. Mum's going to move to Boston. That's what I mean when I say this is his last chance. Why does she want to get them together again? You're holding out hope for your folks to give it a second try, is that it? That's right. I want them to get back together more than anything. I've been wishing for it for ages now. I see. That's where I was last night, Mr. Hyde, with Mum. That's when she told me about her plans to leave for Boston. I asked her straight if she'd give Dad a second chance and try and start over. But this is how she responded. She said that she still loved him even now, but that she couldn't return to Lucky's Cafe. Sure, it has good memories for her, but also has some bad ones too. She was scared that returning here would bring the bad ones back and she couldn't stand it. What kind of bad memories? Memories about Dad's loans. She told me all about it. After they fell out, business started to decline at the cafe. Mum hated the idea of borrowing money off a certain person, but Dad did it anyway. That's what eventually led to them breaking up. Claire, what promise was that? It was one Dad made after Mum left. What did he promise? He promised something on the first Christmas without Mum. It was a sad Christmas for me. Dad was busy at the cafe and I was all alone. I waited up until he finished work and returned home. He was a little drunk when he got there though. Still, when he saw me, he pulled me into a hug and said we would find happiness. Just the two of us. He promised that we'd be happier than we'd ever been before. Happier than you'd ever been, huh? He forced himself into a smile at the time, but I knew the truth. I could see past his smile and to the tears that fell from his eyes. I knew that Mum leaving was the hardest thing he'd ever have to deal with in his life. That's why I promised him something too that night. I promised that I'd also look for a way for us to be happy. That's why you started to think of them getting back together, right? Right, that's all I've thought about since. But I don't know what Dad's thinking anymore. I guess if they're both conflicted and she's heard from both sides that they still like each other, then yeah, I guess I can understand her wanting to get them back together. Who was the person he borrowed from? It was Mrs. Patrice. Mags? That's what I heard. He got the money he needed from her. Mum's never been able to forgive him for that. And you knew about this? No, I had no idea. I'd never heard about it until last night. This is the last thing Mum told me last night. I can hear Glennie. She said Dad still hadn't repaid all the money he borrowed. Who was I trying to kid? Dreaming that Mum and Dad would get back together and we'd all live happily ever after. Certainly let my imagination get the better of me, didn't I? I should have known it was never going to happen. I was stupid even to think it could. Claire, as we get older, we learn to become more accepting of others' shortcomings. I'm sure your folks are no different either. So if they really still love each other even enough to put that whole ordeal in the past, who's to say that your dream won't come true after all? My dream? It's all down to how much affection they still have for each other. Some wets, thank you. Yes, I have some water. Thank you. It's all down to how much affection they still have for each other. I'll tell you what your dad told me last night. I'll tell you just how much your dad still loves your mom. Mr. Hyde. You take everything too much to heart, Claire. But sooner or later, both of them are going to sit up and notice how you're feeling. When that happens, they'll finally be able to answer each other's questions. That's why the best thing you can do is keep that smile on your face and stop sighing. You're right, Mr. Hyde. I need to look on the bright side. I'm still curious, though. I guess we speak to Sydney again? How did it go, Mr. Hyde? Did you manage to find out what's been troubling Claire? I asked her alright, but she's got some serious worries on her mind. She's worried about love. About what? I feared it might be something like that. I should have known something was up when she left at that hour last night. So what's going on? Has she hooked up with some guy? Is he treating her badly? Whoa, hold on there, Sydney. Let's not jump to conclusions. But you just told me she's having problems with her love life. That's what you said, wasn't it? Not really, no. It's got nothing to do with her love life. She's worried about her mum and you. Her mum and me? It was her mum that she met up with last night. You know what she's hoping? She's hoping that you and her mum will give it another try. So that's what it's all about. Also, there's something I need to ask you. What is it? What's happening with the loan from Mags? How on earth did you find out about that, Mr. Hyde? Claire let me in on it, and it was her mum who told her. I see. Well, it all goes back to when we needed money to get this place up and running. Mrs. Patrice was kind enough to give us what we needed. It all stems from me knowing her late husband. I've been paying installments each month. In half a year, my debt will be settled. She said she has too many bad memories to do with money and money troubles. For her, it's a real reason not to give you a second chance to get back together. So that's the root of it. She still doubts me. How did you know Mag's husband? He was a customer in the restaurant when this place was still a hotel. I would wait on his table a lot. I used to work there when I was younger, you see. Anyway, George Patrice, or Mrs. Patrice's husband, as I should call him, was a regular. Very partial to cheesecake, as I recall. What kind of cheesecake? What kind of man was he? I remember him telling me that he used to pay the sacks in his youth. But at the time when I knew him, he was the owner of several eateries around town. To sum him up, he wasn't afraid to spend his money around. All the waiters jostled for the right to wait on his table. God. Remember that cheesecake we got delivered ages ago? Bumflock? That was so good. I really want to get that again. There was a Biscoff one or something. It's really good. Kyle Hyde for Smash? He is in Smash, Boggy. He is in Smash. What are you talking about? Of course, all they were after were tips he'd offer them and nothing more. He'd be around when the hotel was having an evening event. In particular, he always came to the parties they called Scarlet Star. Hello Boggy. What connection could this have to the thing I'm looking for? Yeah, he is in Smash, by the way. He's like a I forget what they're called in the newer Smash things, like a trophy or something? Sticker? Spirit? Whatever the fuck they're called. Trophy. He's a spirit. He's a spirit. Yeah. He deserves to be a real boyo. Nah, Phoenix Wright first. Assist trophy from the minigame mode. Yeah, he's legit in there. It's amazing. What does Claire's mum doubt about you? She thinks there's something between me and Mrs. Patrice. She does? It was just something my wife was worried about. You see, when Mrs. Patrice was standing trial, I believed that she was innocent. What? What was she on trial for? My wife was convicted when she was guilty. Convinced she was guilty. I was like, my wife was convicted? What the fuck is these twists going on? It's nice that they still remember him. Yeah, it's really cool. Like, especially like Ultimate is still quite new, and Last Window came out like a decade ago. Don't mind me while I lurk. That's okay. Thank you for lurking, Nebula Shifter. Enjoy your lurk. He was represented by Snake. Yeah, I still don't quite understand what the spirits do, but it's neat that his picture is in there. My wife was convinced she was guilty, and from that point she was sure that Mrs. Patrice and I had something going on, meaning that when I borrowed the money, she refused to forgive me for what I'd done. So is there any truth to it? You and Mrs. Patrice, I mean. Or is it simply a huge misunderstanding on Claire's mum's part? It's weird how they're wording it as like Mrs. Patrice's husband, Claire's mum, not like, you know, your wife, your ex-wife, or even giving the wife a name. And like he actually named Mrs. Patrice's husband and then was like, or I should say Mrs. Patrice's husband. It's just so weird. I guess it's easier for the people who don't know this, don't remember the names. Of course, it was just a misunderstanding. Only at eyes for her, there was never anything between me and Mrs. Patrice. Sydney, when did Meg stand trial? Well, let's just forget about that, shall we? So you can't tell me, huh? Not really. Well, I can't beat it out of you, but I can ask nicely. Will you tell me? Yeah, I suppose I could. Seeing as it's you I'm talking to. But you have to promise to keep it to yourself, mind? Of course. 13 years ago, Mrs. Patrice was a suspect in a certain incident. Ooh. The jury returned a verdict of innocent, though, and she was freed. Ooh. What kind of innocent incident was it? She was suspected of killing her husband. Ooh, what the hell? She was a suspect in a murder case? She was indeed. Sydney, why was her husband secret Ace Attorney in a Last Window crossover case? That'd be really cool. Like, I mean, Ace Attorney has had that Professor Layton crossover game, so like, I don't know, there could be all kinds of crossovers. I did find out a few weeks ago that Mr. Phoenix Wright has met Kiryu and Majima at one point. And apparently, according to that game, represented Majima in his case. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Mr. Hyde, I've got nothing more to say on the matter. Can we leave it at there, please? The verdict was innocent and that's about all that counts. I don't really want to talk about it anymore. I understand. I just need to make sure. But will you keep this discussion between us, won't you? I really don't want anything I've said about Mrs. Patrice to get out. I've only told you because I trust you. Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. Then we understand each other. The last thing I want is to cause any trouble for Mrs. Patrice. There were parties called Scarlet Star? Yes, they were. Every month, Hotel Cape West would hold a party on a date with the number 6 in it. Those parties would be called Scarlet Star. How did they earn that name, though? I couldn't tell you, I haven't got the faintest idea, I'm afraid. It's kind of strange crossover, but I guess Yakuza is short of full Easter eggs, maybe. Sort of full of Easter eggs. Yeah, it was like in some DS crossover game that had like lots of characters in it. So it was like in a universe where like all different video game characters were in it, including Phoenix Wright and Yakuza characters. So yeah, so like Majima shows up and then Phoenix is like, all right, I remember you, I helped you get an innocent verdict or something. It was like, oh, okay. I don't think Phoenix would get him an innocent verdict though. Like, I don't know, I think Majima's done some fucked shit. From what I've seen in Yakuza. I couldn't tell you, I haven't got the faintest idea, I'm afraid. Other parties that were held there had similar names like Gold Star or Silver Star. He might have been innocent of that one particular crime. Yeah, that's true. I mean, knowing Ace Attorney, like if the person's bad or something, like or has done bad things, Phoenix would get him not guilty for that specific case, but also like some unsolved case that they actually were a part of, they would get a guilty verdict for that case. Somehow that case is brought up in the court. If he was actually innocent, then I could see Phoenix doing it. Yeah. But I reckon he would also get him guilty of something. Other parties that were held there had similar names like Gold Star or Silver Star. Those were held on dates with the numbers 3 or 9. What kind of parties were they? Just run-of-the-mill affairs, really. You know, the type with food and drinks, a live band and a dance floor. There was a number of occasions and they were all pretty similar. Now that was that everything you wanted to ask me about, Mr. Hyde? I do have a cafe to run, you know. Actually, there's something else. What do you want to know? Do you still love your wife? Do I what? I want to hear how you really feel about her. Well, I love her and there's no denying it. But new music. I just haven't got the confidence to tell her. To tell her you love her. Not exactly, to tell her that I want us to give it another try. You understand what I'm saying, don't you, Mr. Hyde? Even when two people really love each other, it doesn't guarantee it'll work out. The real reason we separated was to do with me. When I think about how it happened now, I can see exactly why she walked out. If only I could have seen things the way I see them now. I tried to console myself by making her the villain and branding her as heartless. But the truth is, I was a fool. The worst thing is that it took losing my wife for me to notice how she was feeling. That's why I'm afraid. I'm afraid that if we do get back together, I'll do the same thing over again. I'm sure she's thinking along the same lines though. You may feel unsettled, but you clearly want to have another shot at happiness. Mr. Hyde, Claire told me about the promise you made her. She did? She told me that the first Christmas you spent without your wife. And when you told her that you'd find happiness again together. She'd been thinking about that ever since. Well, her idea of happiness is having her family back and all living together. It's not my place to dictate dictate to you how your family should be. But I'll tell you this for free, there aren't many families that can get back together. Most of them who tried failed. Ain't that a fact? A sad but true one. Okay, I need to be somewhere. God, that took most of the day. Where's my Christmas presents? Something that Sydney said has got me thinking. He said that there was a person who always attended the Scarlet Star parties. I think I need to find out a little more about that person. Oh no, sadness! Was it Margaret that always attended them? Buddy Simulator? What's that? Hello there, Mr. Hyde. Mrs. Patrice, you wouldn't by any chance have free time in the moment, would you? As a matter of fact, I would. There's something I'd like to ask you. And what might that be? Hear about your court case? Hear about your husband. I think court case might, get her a bit angry. I'd like to hear about your husband. Why would you want to know about him? When we last spoke, you told me a little about your late husband. You said he enjoys jazz music and even used to play the saxophone. That's right. I must confess, I'm into jazz music too. I often listen to it in my room. The best kind of jazz always features a saxophone, don't you think? Well, if you say so. So, once I heard that your late husband played it, I instantly became interested. Would you be so kind as to tell me a little more about him? Why, certainly, since you asked so nicely. Please come inside. People describe it as a darker Undertale, but I haven't seen much about it outside of the Steam store page. There's a demo for it on Steam though. Ooh, I'm gonna have to look into that. I do like me some Undertales. Can't help but notice the horror and story-rich tags. Oops. Oopsie. Scary. Mrs. Patrice, your husband played the tenor saxophone, didn't he? Yeah, that's right. When did he start? As a pro, I mean. He was already part of an established band at the age of 20. So he must have studied how to play somewhere. Do you know where? He told me that he taught himself how to play, and that he was into jazz from the moment he was born. What kind of person was he? He was a real gentleman, both masculine and invigorating at the same time. These qualities guarantee him a hit with the ladies. When did he throw in the towel and stop playing? I'm sorry? Well, he went on to run several eateries around town, didn't he? And he was a regular guest at the hotel restaurant here too, right? Who told you that, Mr. Hyde? Sydney from the cafe. Oh, he did he? Oh, fuck, that was the wrong answer. Game experience may vary. Wholesome horror game. Oh no! I will still look it up. You're not lying to me, are you? It's the honest truth. Please excuse me, Mr. Hyde. Fuck! I fucked up! I fucked up! No! Mag seems flustered as she leaves the room. What's with her? I leave the room in pursuit of Mags. No, 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 no. It's Sydney. What have you done, Mr. Hyde? I thought you promised me. Just had Mrs. Patrice burst into the cafe demanding I pay her the money I owe. She said she wants it all immediately. What? He said just not to talk about the court case. I wasn't talking about the court case. The fuck? He doesn't have that sort of money lying around yet. He had like a really, really simple puzzle to win $1,000. Oh, fuck. Well. Couldn't I have used my head a little more? Yeah, dumb fuck Kyle Hyde. Ah. Stupid. How did... Why? Why did that happen? That's alright. Yeah. Sad Kyle. Okay, let's quickly get through this. I looked it up. I found out all about him from an old newspaper article I got from the library. It was right there alongside about one of your court case. It seems like you've gone to great lengths to investigate me, Mr. Hyde. Doesn't it? Tell me, why is it that you've been investigating me? I told you I'm interested. I'm keen to learn more about the kind of stuff your late husband played. Not to mention about you, seeing as you're a widow just like my mum. I see. So you know everything, it would seem. Ha ha ha. Miss Patrice. What's so funny? I just had to laugh. The things in my past that I would be happy never to share with anyone. And I was planning on keeping it that way until we'd all gone our separate ways. Yet, as the day we all leave draws closer, you choose now to suddenly develop an interest in my past. I just found that very amusing. I'll answer your questions. I was suspected of murdering my husband. That was 13 years ago. When he and I were living together, our house was burgled one day. The burglar struck me and knocked me unconscious. When I awoke, my husband's body was laying lifeless beside me. In my right hand, I was clutching the gun that was used to kill him. I was framed by somebody. The evidence was more than sufficient for them to hold me as a suspect. But it seemed that fate smiled on me that day as I was declared innocent. What was the real culprit caught? No, they never found him. And though I was declared innocent, people always remember the accusations, mud sticks, or whatever the saying is. What you said about my late husband is quite true, Mr. Hyde. He was a regular face at this place when it was a hotel. On the day I was acquitted, I took control of the money my husband left me and purchased the hotel. I wanted to own the place he held so dear when he was alive. And that, Mr. Hyde, is all this lonely widow can tell you. That appears to be the phone. Would you mind waiting there for me, Mr. Hyde? Everyone gets so many phone calls. Is this what it was like in like the 80s? Mags makes her way to the other room to answer the phone. I guess I'd better stay here until it's done. Now I think of it. I'm sure there's a photo of a husband around here. Without SMS and email is weird. Yeah, it's true. Photograph in a frame. The photo is of a cheerful young woman. Oh my god, is that Mags? The man playing a tenor saxophone in this picture. It must be George Patrice. Photograph of two young women. Based on their clothes, they must be dancers. This is a pretty old picture. Picture has signatures of George and Margaret on it. Must be a picture of Mags when she was younger. Wearing a very uniquely designed necklace. The door to the room opens and Mags walks in. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Hyde. It's no problem. I took the liberty of looking at the pictures on the shelf. Oh, these old things? That picture hanging on the wall with the two women, is one of them you? You're absolutely right. Can you tell though, Mr. Hyde? Tell me which one of them is me. I think it was the right one, because it had the hair up. The other one on the right. I am indeed, well done. Who's the woman in the shop with you? She was a dear friend of mine, a fellow dancer. A dancer? Yes, it may be hard to believe, but I was once a dancer. When was the picture of you and your husband taken? Right after we were married. The necklace you see still gets worn today. It was a present from my late husband, and it's one of a kind. It's an impressive item, that's for sure. I love this picture of us more than any of the others I have. I'm sure your mother has one of her and that she values above the rest too. Mags utters these words. I think to myself, Mum doesn't have a single picture of her and Dad, not one. Oh my god, that's really sad. Her hair is very cute. It is quite cute. Like even as a young woman, it still looks very cute. What's wrong? My head, it hurts. Are you okay? I'm sorry, I sometimes get like this. It's my reminder of the events that took place during that awful time 13 years ago. You better rest, I'll leave you in peace. That's very kind of you. But before you go, Mr. Hyde, may I ask a favor? Please keep what I've told you to yourself. I swear I won't breathe a word to anyone. Okay, time for me to be on my way. Indeed. Goodbye. Do you think the fellow dancer is like the woman that got murdered? Seems like she had a somewhat colorful life. Fuck, I hate you. I hate this picture of him. It's so creepy. I don't like it. He looks so like threatening. I've never seen a nerd so threatening. Can I speak to you? What's it about? You went to Mrs. Patrice's room, didn't you? You forgot he's still around. I know. I hate him. He makes me really uncomfortable. Yeah, that's right. You forgot about the mineral guy. What did the two of you talk about in there? Talk about leaving this place? Talk about a late husband. Yeah, okay. We talked about leaving this place, I see. Yeah, you fucking sus, man. I hate him. I hate him. Why is he so sus? I don't like him. I don't like him at all. Are you curious? No, not really. Anyway, I've got to be on my way. Yeah, bye. Don't come back. Don't come back. Never. Dylan goes directly into Max's room. My pager. I better head back to my room. Why do you even ask? Because he wants to know everything. He's a fucking weirdo. I'm not a fan of him. It upsets me a lot. Like, you guys don't even know. He makes me really uncomfortable. Mega sus. Phone. Alright, it's Kyle. I've got some information for you on Jack Green. What did you find out? Well, his name appeared in the 1967 obituaries. It said that Jack Green, a 37-year-old reporter, died in a car accident due to major internal complications and blood loss. A car accident? Did you see who he reported for? I did. It was Los Angeles Beat. The same place as Rex Foster. Were the two closely connected? Yeah, they were. They spent 3 years working together in the editorial department. I think because I haven't been following closely, I don't fully understand it, but the last interaction was rather weird. What were you doing in there? Nah, I don't care actually. Yeah, he kind of just wants to know everything. Like, he's the sort of person that just hoards information about people and uses it against them, I think. Like, he wants to know everything about everyone. So he's real sus if you do things and he doesn't know. He's makes me really uncomfortable. I think it was the last stream where, or maybe the stream before, where we went into his room. No, I think it was last stream, and he was real sus of us. And honestly, I wanted to scream. I'll see if I can find the part in the VoD and link it to you, Danny-kun, because, like, unless you were there, I can't remember if you were there for it, but he made me want to scream. I did not like him at all. What was more interesting is when Rex Foster quit his job. He quit just 3 weeks after Jack Green's death. You were there? Yeah, just like that shot of him like looking at us and we're like, you know, inspecting that ring and he's there looking. It's like, oh my god, I hate it. You make me so uncomfortable. After that, things really get strange. In what way? It turns out that Jack Green's final article was about the organized crime group Condor. The title was, unsurprisingly, The Truth Behind Condor. It was actually the first part of a series, but Green ended up dying, so only the first part was ever published. And then he took us to another room with a painting and was just, yeah, what the fuck? What is wrong with him? Oh. Really need to get a closer look at that article, Rachel. Understood. I'll see if I can get a hold of a copy for you. I'm counting on you. There's something else that stood out too. It's about the area the accident happened in. The location was along Route 971. I knew there was something familiar about that place, so I looked it up. It happened on a road between the Los Angeles Beat Company building and Hotel Cape West. There seems to be lots of factors that suggest this was more than a coincidence. You're right. Lastly, I got a message for you from Ed. He left me a message. He said there must be some kind of clue that connects the guests who attend the regular parties held at the hotel and the Scarlet Star. That's about all he told me. I see. I'll be in touch when I have more information. I still honestly have no idea where this thing is heading. Like, I don't know, because I've played the original Hotel Dusk before, I kind of knew the direction where the game was heading, if you know what I mean. Like, everything that appeared in the game, I was like, okay, yeah, this means something later, like, because I knew what it meant later. Did you guys feel that with Hotel Dusk? Like, did the things feel relevant? Or were you kind of like in this game where it's like, I don't fucking understand what's going on. I don't understand any of these things. How does it all connect? I don't know. I'm so confused. Jack Green died 13 years ago. He was writing about an article about Condor. Also, the message I received from Ed, the one about the connection between the Scarlet Star and the party guests. Now I think about it, Sydney said something too. This one seems more random because you kind of get thrown into a whole mess. It's like Neighbours but last winter. You had no idea? Yeah, like I don't know if it's just because like I knew what was happening in the first game that it kind of just felt like I knew what was going on. But honestly, I can't even guess what the fuck's going on in this game. Like I know it'll make sense in the end, but in the moment I'm still like, what the fuck is going on? He'd always be around when the hotel was having an evening event. In particular, he always came to the parties called Scarlet Star. Every month, Hotel Cape West would hold a party on a date with the number 6 on it. Those parties would be called Scarlet Star. The guests who attended the Scarlet Star parties. That's it. Maybe that photo album I found on the 4th floor can shed some light. Oh yeah. So I guess someone we know is in these photos. Sorry, I had to yawn. It feels like Kyle is more so trying to solve people's problems. He kind of did that in the first game, I think. What am I looking for in these? Who are you? None of those people look familiar. Are you someone? None of these people look like anyone we know. Oh, it's this red dress person. You. It's the other woman. Oh no, wait. No. Yeah, there, it's Mags. Okay. Alright. And is that the other woman, maybe? Because the other woman kind of looked long hair with a red dress, maybe? I don't know, I can't remember. Of course. It's a necklace Mags always has hanging around her neck. Which means this woman is Mags Patrice. Whoa. Whoa. Just as I thought, Mags is in this picture of the Scarlet Star party. Looks like she's just earned herself another chat with me. Same necklace, must be the same person. She already said when we spoke to her just before that it's one of a kind, so... Pretty incriminating. His pose is so sassy. Ah. I can't even pronounce that. I'm not even gonna say that. Looks like somebody didn't want to be seen, am I right? It's nothing. So you didn't hand back the spare key to 205 like you said you would, huh? That's right, I didn't. I like his shirt ruffles on the button. He's just so out of place, yeah. What were you doing in there, Charles? That would be... Quit stalling, spill it out. What's the matter? Did I catch you up to no good or something? Anyway, get back inside. We've got stuff to discuss. Everyone's such like a pushover, they're like, okay. Okay, we'll talk. Tell me, what were you up to in here? I can't say. Why is Kyle so sus to him, but Dylan is like okay? Okay, so he has the key to room 205, which was his friend who moved out like a month ago or something. And he's just been hanging on to the key and has been meaning to give it back to Mags. So when he was going to go give it back to Mags one day, I think Betty and Rex saw him and were like, what are you doing? And he's like, I have this key. And Rex is like, tells Betty to ask for the key. So Betty's like, hey, can we have this key? While doing this with her neck, as Betty does. And so he's like, okay, sure. So then Betty and Rex have access to this room. And we found out the typewriter that was used to send our like order sheet for our job was the same one that was in this room. So there's a typewriter that has been used because it has like a certain mechanical quirk to it that makes the lettering look like one of the letters is off. But now we've realized that this guy still has access to the key, even though last time we saw him, he's like, okay, you can borrow the key, but give it back because I want to give it back to Mags. But he's in this fucking room again, so what's going on? What is going on? I hope that gets you up to date about why we're so sus on him now. Now you listen here. Were you up to no good? No, it's not like that. Why are you accusing me when you have no proof of anything? If you're innocent, then you'll have no problem telling me what you're doing. I told you I don't want to. I'm not interested in telling someone who branded me as guilty on a whim. I'm not feeling very well. Please leave me alone. Did we fuck up? You appreciate the recap? Yeah, I hope it helped. Don't want to talk to you. What do we do then? Mr. Hyde, what are you doing? Huh? You don't want to talk to me. But you won't let me look at anything in here. It's no good, I can't go without talking to Charles. I can't see. What's he hiding? Okay, now we try again? Charles, listen to me. Who's gonna be punching the air if there's no Gen 4 Pokemon remakes announced later today? Oh yeah! What time is that announced? What time? Hang on, I think I retweeted it. I should be able to see. Um, 7 AM PDT. Five hours from now. Like 1 AM for me, maybe? Yeah, 1 AM. Looks like. So yeah, a while away. Yeah, no, I'm really excited to see what Pokemon's announcing, because hopefully we get a release date for the Pokemon Snap, because I'm keen to play that one day. But Gen 4 remakes would be pretty cool. Hopefully the rumors are incorrect about it being a Let's Go style, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm sorry I doubted you. That's okay. I should have been a little more controlled when you found me. I just can't believe you were so keen to keep it a secret. It's not that. I'm just a little shaken up. I was doing something I didn't want other people to know about. I don't want to know what he was doing alone in this room. What you're waiting for is Pokemon Sleep. Yeah, what happened to that? I thought they already announced the release date for Pokemon Snap. Really? Must have missed that then. I thought it was just like 2021. Oh, whoa, it comes out in April? Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's coming. Yeah, then I guess there's no news for that. So I don't know what they're gonna show off. I guess Gen 4. And Pokemon Sleep. Maybe the MOBA as well. They might show more of the MOBA. I was doing something I didn't want people to know about. I'm embarrassed that you found me, Mr. Hyde. Why don't you want other people to know? You forgot about the MOBA? Yeah. The game, it's like League of Legends. The League of Legends Pokemon. Made by the League of Legends people, I think. I don't want them to know that I'm working on a script in here. A script for what? It's a screenplay for a movie, actually. Oh, okay, yeah, he's like a film person. You forgot about that too? Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll probably have news about that. I plan to enter it into a screenplay competition. A screenplay? And you're writing it in here? Why can't you do it in your own room? Don't ask me that. I come here to do it because I want to make it more authentic. There's only a couple of days until I have to submit it. Please, Mr. Hyde, let me continue to use this room until then. Don't tell Mrs. Patrice. Mr. Hyde, this is my one big chance. Pokemon games for me are something that's like out of mind, out of sight. Yeah? Like you just forget about them until they happen. I like watching other people play them. Oh, you don't play them yourself. Oh, okay. See, I haven't really played many Pokemon games. The first Pokemon game I played was Pokemon Pearl. Even though it's a long time ago, but I feel like a lot of people started earlier. I have more of a love for the franchise than I do any particular games anymore. Last Pokemon game was Diamond. Oh wow. See, I grew up on the Pokemon anime. Like I never played the card game. I had a few cards that I got, I think secondhand. And I basically just looked at the pretty pictures. And I never owned any of the games because my mum was very anti-Pokemon and didn't want me to buy the games. So yeah, my first game was Pearl, so it was quite late. Your favorite part of the new games on Switch is how they animate the Pokemon outside battle scenarios. See, I really liked the okay, I say that I don't want Gen 4 in the Let's Go style of game, but that's because I think a remake of you know, the Sinnoh, like Diamond Pearl games, I think it's due to be a full remake. But I honestly didn't have an issue with the Let's Go style of games. Like if they're gonna make another Let's Go, just do a Johto. Like do Let's Go Johto. And then Let's Go what's the third one? Hoenn, Let's Go Hoenn, you know, like do them. Don't just suddenly skip to Sinnoh. I think that's a little silly. Make Sinnoh a full game. Let's Go Johto. Has such a nice ring to it. You're a genius. Yeah, it does sound good, doesn't it? What do you mean by more authentic? Billy left his old typewriter in his room and I'm writing my screenplay on that. It's the key to making me look like a pro when to the people who check the entries. Are you serious? Could you possibly make any less sense if you tried? The typewriter Billy left in this room. It's not a standard one, it's very special. He's now a top Hollywood screenwriter, but when he started out, You use this very typewriter. There's something very special about it, like it has some sort of power. That's why I'm using it to write my screenplay on. I'm sure it's going to guarantee my screenplay will be successful. Why can't he just take it to his room? If it's a typewriter that's so special, can't you just take it to— yeah, exactly. No, I have to write it in this room. What made you believe in this superstitious stuff? It doesn't matter. What doesn't matter? What does matter is that I do believe that I must finish. Why is this your one big chance? Because if this screenplay doesn't make me successful, I'm going to have to leave my university and return to France. Is that so? I made a promise to my grandfather. If I can't make a name for myself during my year here, I have to return home. Then I have to take over the family business. The family business? Look at this smug bastard. Oh, smug bastard, take a sip. I think this is the first one we've heard today. Does that sound strange to you, Mr. Hyde? Not really, I'm just surprised that someone in your class is living in a place like this. It's unexpected is all. Oh my god, another one! Take a sip, smug Hyde. I'm gonna have to get more water soon. Did you choose this place so you could study how other people live their lives? Were you just curious about something? Neither. I searched for this place and decided I had to live here. Chain smug. You did? I wanted to use this building's secret as a basis for my screenplay. Whoa. That's really interesting, because I think at the end of Hotel Dusk, we had Summer who was like, I'm going to write a book about you as the protagonist. And then this guy's like, I'm going to write a screenplay about this place. What do you mean by secret, Charles? Well, Mr. Hyde, you know that there was an incident here, right? You know, back when it was a hotel? Did everyone know about this but me? What kind of incident was it? A murder. When this place was still a hotel 13 years ago, somebody was murdered here. So he knows about the murder of Kathy McGrath? How come you know about that? I heard the story from my grandfather before coming to study here. He visited LA on a number of occasions in the past on business. He even stayed here a couple times. He knew that on the final day of the building functioning as a hotel, somebody was killed. I was in awe of what he told me. When I came to LA, I investigated the place that was once a hotel, and discovered that not only was it now an apartment building, but also that the murder case had never been solved. So let me get this straight, you're basing your screenplay on the murder? And that's the reason you chose to stay here? Precisely. I see. Charles. As this means a lot to you, and it's your big chance and all, I'm going to keep coming here in secret. I'm going to keep your coming here in here a secret. Thank you, Mr. Hyde. I'm sure this is going to be a wonderful story. The title is Door to the Past. It's about a murder inside a closed-down hotel. The murderer is a member of the hotel front desk staff. He conceals the evidence on the 4th floor of the hotel. I've been using Mr. White from room 306 as my basis for the killer. Something about him fits the profile of the killer, don't you think? I'm sure he'd be thrilled to hear that. I suppose I won't know unless I ask him. Perhaps I can add you to the story too. There's still room for an accomplice. Don't even think about it. Come on, it'll be fun. Besides, I know that what you've been up to. What does that mean? I know you sometimes go up and have a look around the 4th floor. You're just like the bad guy in my story. What? Don't worry though, you're not the only person who likes looking around up there. I've been up there lots of times too. What the hell for? I started going up there a while back when I was looking for inspiration for my story. I took an 8mm camera with me and did some filming too. I caught something really interesting when I was up there. Yeah, what did you tape? I'm sure you'd like me to tell you, so I'll make you a deal. If you tell me what you were looking for when you went up there, I'll show you the film. You got yourself a deal. Now show me the film. Oh, where does he live? $305. Alright. 305. The room numbers are so odd. They're not consistent on each floor. So this is Charles' room. Oh, what a fancy fuck he is. Look at his carpet. How does he get that? Show me the 8mm film you took on the 4th floor. I will, but don't forget your promise. You have to tell me what you're looking for when you go there. The same as you. I don't understand. I'm investigating an incident that happened here quite a while ago. That's why I've been spending time up on the 4th floor. The incident you're talking about, Mr. Hyde. Where did you find out about it? I got wind of it not long ago. Just after I found out we'd all be leaving this place. I learned that something terrible happened here in the past. I mean, would you believe it? Just days before we'd all be out of here, I get caught up in an accident, in an ancient case I know nothing about. So there you go, the reason why I've been going up there to the 4th floor. It's quite interesting, but there's one more thing I'd like to ask you. I haven't got all day, you know, kid. Why are you so keen on finding out about such an old case? I mean, I'm interested because I want to use it on the basis of my story. But what about you, Mr. Hyde? I've always been kind of the person who enjoys solving problems. I used to be a detective after all. You did? Were you really a detective? Yeah, I was, up until 4 years ago, anyway. I guess the reason I'm so keen on this case has something to do with my detective's instinct. So now you're a detective salesman. I had no idea you were such an interesting person. If you don't mind, I'd like to hear more about your past next time. Listen, kid, I don't care if you find me interesting or not. My past's nothing special. You should stick to the unsolved case that happened here instead. Now, show me the film you took, Charles. Just a moment, Mr. Hyde. I'm pretty sure this is where I left it. Sorry about that. Well, here it is, my 8mm film, just as I promised. Do we have a projector? Happy Friday, Taximals and everyone. Hope you're having fun with Last Window today. Thank you! How are you, Arctic? Received the 8mm film from Charles. Can you make out what's on it, Mr. Hyde? Oh, we're just gonna look at it. Let's have a look. It looks like somebody's been caught on camera. But who was it? That's the question. But by the looks of that watch they're wearing, it seems to be a man. But I wonder, who could it be? It's a shame the film doesn't show us their identity. I'm good, how's everyone else today? I'm doing pretty good, thank you. Tornado and Gerard are kind of like a similar, like they both end with D-O and they're the same like letter length. It's very funny. And they just noticed that. Who'd be up there on the 4th floor so late at night anyway? I'd really like to know who they are and what they're doing. You and me both, kid. You coordinated. Judging by their build and the kind of clothes they've got on, I'm sure it's a guy. What with that fire door up there serving as a fairly good security, I'd have thought most people wouldn't be able to get in. So, you think the person in this film's somebody already living in this building? It's certainly a possibility. You could be right. I've got it. I know a way we can learn the true identity of the person on this film. There's a way we can find out right away. And how are you gonna do that, magic? No, photographs. To help me get the characters right in my story, I took photographs of the interior here. When I did that, I occasionally caught some of the tenants in the shots. Time you showed me those photos, I think. I have some developed ones right here. There's one still in the camera though. Not developed, huh? That's not gonna help us much. What if that's the crucial one? Fear not, we can develop it here. You can do that? Sure I can. I've got everything we needed right here and we can use the bathroom to do it. There's one small problem though, my red lamp is broken. Mr. Hyde, do you have anything we could use instead? Something like your red lamp, huh? That's not gonna be easy, but no harm in having a look around. Red lamp. Hmm? Do I have anything? Bumblop Tornado is one of your alts. Hmm. But I have so many items. Hmm. You have to find something we can use to make my lamp shine red. Maybe I can dig something up in my place. Oh, okay. Go upstairs then. Maybe something in my sales box? Maybe? I like how Charles is real into the murder as well, just because he's writing a book on it. Or a screenplay on it. Let's have a look in here. What's that? Glue. Don't need that. Doorknob set. We already sold that to someone. What's this? Pocket camera. Surface cleaner. I don't know. None of these things are like something that could make a light go red. Something in my suitcase, maybe? Hmm. Unless there was something in that drawer. I don't know, I honestly can't think of anything. You just said, "Alt, do you even exist?" Don't know. Everything could be a lie. This. Oh yeah. Christmas card. One of those things. What would you guys use to make a lamp go red? Hmm. Oh wait, oh! Got some, I guess, cellophane. on the... Yeah, hell yeah! Wrapping around this wine bottle's translucent and deep red color. My god, I forgot completely we had this. This might work. Good thing I'm too lazy to put things in the trash. Oh my god. Take the red wrapping. Whoa. Genius. We found it. I'd forgotten that we'd gotten that. Yay. Oh wait, we're going upstairs, not downstairs. Number was he? 305? Yeah, this one. Says the door's open, okay. Yay! Let's develop some film. I hope it's not too hard. Like if it's gonna be a mini game to develop film, I'm a little nervous. What do you think? It might work. If we do as you say, it should give us the right kind of light we need. Let's give it a try. Please place it over the lamp. Sounds simple enough. Don't know if it's that simple. But okay. Don't know if wrapping cellophane over your light is, oof, that's a bright light in here. It prevents film from being developed, so I don't know. Cover the lamp with the red wrapping. Whoa. Looks like it'll do the trick. Oh my god, I like how, like, even the sprites are yellow, that's not yellow, red. Actually, I guess it's orange. That looks like it'll do the trick. Time to let Charles see my handiwork. Okay, it looks like we're all ready to get started. Now I've got the right kind of light, we can begin to develop photos. Charles, let me do it. Sure, if you like, but have you ever done this before? Not even once. Then maybe you should let somebody who knows what they're doing take care of it. But then again, if you really want to try, oh, alright then. I suppose I could talk you through it. You'll find the freshly printed film on the workbench next to the toilet. Place it into the oh no. Do you guys remember when I played the Goosebumps game and it had us develop film and it was really fucked? I'm not looking forward to this, I'm scared. Okay. Flashbacks, yeah, I'm just like... I'm scared. That game was great. Yeah, I think I might replay it again for like Halloween or something because I really love that game and I think it's quite short. Like, I think it took me 2 streams, but I think maybe I could do it quicker. I don't know. Depends on how much I read out, maybe. Like, if I read out every single thing I click on, then it might take ages, but I don't know. I really like the Goosebumps game. It's fun. Place it into the liquid-filled tray and move it around until the image appears. When you're happy the image is clear enough, remove it from the tray. It's very important you give the paper adequate time in the liquid. Not too much though. Ah! This is the Goosebumps game all over again. It was like, oh, you have to like put it in the first one for like 5 seconds and then the next one for like 1 minute and then take it out and rinse it. It was just stupid. It was very specific. Hey Maho, how are you? It's very important you give the paper adequate time. Okay. The timing for taking the photo out is crucial. No! Come on kid, it's not rocket science, is it? It is a science though. It definitely is a science. Whoa, I'm very red. Okay. What's that? Oh, shampoo. What's this? Workbench with stuff developing photos on it. You're on the way home from work and you crave death? Oh no. You crave death? Do not die, Maho. Must be the freshly printed film. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah, we're doing it, we're doing it. Okay. Let's take it out. Yeah, yeah, we did it! Oh, hell yeah! Okay, that wasn't so bad. Not like the Goosebumps one. Oh, look at this smug bastard. Alright, take a sip. Take a sip. Drink your waters. Kyle Hyde's just keeping us hydrated. You're going to curl up in bed when you're home? Aww. Well, I hope you get very comfy when you get home. Looks like I'm a natural. Nice to see you again, Frank Raver. I take the photo of Frank. Now I just need to compare the photo to the film. Did you get a clean image, Mr. Hyde? Yeah, piece of cake. Maybe I should change my career. Very good, Mr. Hyde. While you were doing that one, I got some other photos ready. Maybe you'd like to compare them. I take the photo of Tony. The photo of Will. Alright, let's look at these photos. Oh, he's got a watch. Yuck, I don't like you. Oh, he's got a watch too! Does everyone own a watch? Oops. Everyone owns a watch. Oh wait, hang on. Compare? Okay, I see. We compare that with the film. Time to compare the photo with the 8mm film. Alrighty. Whoa. Did he just set this camera up, maybe? Oh, Crimst. Crotch shot. Nah, that's not his watch. It's gonna be that Will guy, isn't it? It's gonna be this guy. Hey. Didn't I say if it turns out to be Will, I'll be very upset? Yeah, it's him. He's got a square watch. Oh my god. Okay. Bingo. Hold on. There's a camera with him. Maybe he got something on film. Why is everyone so sus? That settles it. The person on the film was none other than Will White. Now to figure out what the hell he was doing up there on the 4th floor. Mr. Hyde, how did it go? I knew who the person in the film was. Turns out our mystery star was Will White. Really? Interesting. What did you think he was doing up there though? I'm afraid I haven't cracked that part yet. Well, I would go ask him, but I doubt he'll tell you, even if you ask nicely. I'll get to the bottom of this, don't you worry. Okay, I'll leave it to you. Guess I won't be needing this film anymore, might as well return it. There's my hand. Hand? God, I wish... Wait, is it this hand? No, this hand. Why is he like this? Alright. Thanks for showing me this, Charles. I gotta go. Okay. Well, what a nice young lad helping us out with this. So it was Will. I think he and I need to have a frank Q&A session. Alright. I guess this chapter will end soon because I'm nearly at 2 hours and usually it's... Wait, which room is he in? Usually they're about 2 hours. But I might just go, I might go 1.5 chapters. Because then we just have a single chapter for next stream. So yeah, I might... 306, okay, he lives nearby. Because yeah, I don't want to do too short a stream on the final game, on the final episode. Final stream. Whatever you call it. This one? Is this him? Oh. Door to room 305 opens. Looks like Mr. White hasn't been home since yesterday. You think it would be that simple? What are you on about? Sure, I know you told me that you were going to look, that you were looking into him and his activities, but does that mean you were just going to meet up and ask him a couple questions? For somebody who used to be a detective, I was hoping a more exciting approach. Can't say I'm not disappointed. If you got something to say, go ahead and say it already. Okay, Mr. Hyde, I will. I believe I know far more about Mr. White and what he gets up to than you do. Why, you say? Well, that's because I've had my eye on him for a while now. You mean you've been watching him? Yes, keeping tabs on his movement. He's rarely home, but there's somebody who visits room 306 on a regular basis. And when he does come home, he goes out again very late at night. I'm almost certain that he's not a real salesman. You need to do a lot more than ask questions if you want to get to the bottom of this. Yeah, and what did you have in mind? Torture? Very funny. I mean, you should definitely take a look around room 306 when he's out. Now might be a good chance to do so. Fancy yourself a bit of a detective yourself, do you? Not quite, but 2 sets of eyes have got to be better than 1, right? I suppose you've got a way to get into the locked room too, have you? That's easy, we can use some wire to pick the lock. Way to go, Charles. Outstanding. Maybe a brief stint in jail will help add authenticity to your story too. We won't get caught, trust me. I'm literally an ex-detective though. Charles, stop. Fuck, I hate this guy. Hello Charles. What the hell is Dylan doing in there? What on earth are you doing in there? I was just... Oh, I'm so sus! Well, I was just passing by and heard a noise. I knew Mr. White was out, so I was worried. I figured I'd see if I could find who made the noise by peering through the keyhole. That's what happened, isn't it, Mr. Hyde? Yeah, just like the kid said. When I was about to take a look, you burst out. You took me completely by surprise. What were you doing in White's room, Dylan? Nothing much, I was just taking care of something Mr. White asked me to do. No, you weren't. I hate this guy so much. Oh my god. Oh, he makes me so uncomfortable. And what was that? He asked me to turn the water off while he was out. Turn it off? Why'd he ask you to do that? To prepare to move out, of course. I've got a spare key, so I let myself in. Don't people normally turn the water off last before moving out? Dylan. It's just like I told you, I'm only doing what he asked me to do. Anyway, I have to go now. Dylan looks flustered as he moves away and disappears. Oh, I don't like him. That was quite a shock. Some quick thinking on your part, though. I'm not proud of it. I never liked telling lies, that felt horrible. I'm glad to hear it. Beats being a pathological liar any day of the week. I'm sure it does. Speaking of Dylan, wasn't he acting a bit strange? He seemed to be unusually panicked. Yeah, not his usual suave self at all. What is it, Mr. Hyde? The door, it's open. It is? Looks like Dylan fled before looking this thing back up. Guess he won't be breaking in anywhere today, kid. Then now's our chance, Mr. Hyde. Okay, Mr. Hyde has just said, the ex-cop has just said, if your door is unlocked, it's not breaking in. You can just enter people's houses if their door's unlocked. That makes me uncomfortable. Let's go inside. Hold it. We can't both go in, one of us needs to stand guard. If we're both poking around in there, somebody finds us, it's going to hit the fan. Well, I don't know anything about a fan, but you're right. Why don't you go inside and I'll stand guard in the hallway? Sorry, I had to yawn. BRB trying the neighbors. That'll work. You've got a good way of alerting you too. If somebody comes by, I'll knock on the door and let you know. If you hear me knocking, try not to make any noise inside the room. You're trying to rob the neighbors. Hey Lapsod, how are you? When they've gone, I'll knock again and you can continue looking around. Do you think it'll work? Suppose it'll have to. Ooh, okay. Wow, he's all packed up. You are home now? I hope you had a good time out tonight. I want to see how the other side lives. This is Will's room, is it? This place has less taste than dry bread. Can't imagine anybody could live in here. You went to your mum's place for her birthday? Oh, happy birthday, Dave's mum, or Lapsod's mum, sorry. Oh yeah, you were saying that she shares a birthday with Toki. That's so funny. Damn, this is a bad time for the phone to ring. Beep. A threatening voice sounds out from the phone. Guess you're not there, so I'll just relay this message. The goods have been obtained in the same way as usual, and the money is in the usual place. Toki is your mum? What the hell was that about? Hey Lady Ma, how are you? I hope you had a good night. Alright, let's have a look-see. Next to the sofa is a small brown overnight bag. Black case on the table. This case is locked and there's no getting in. I can see a keyhole on this thing. Instead there seems to be a kind of round indentation. How the hell do you get this thing open? What? Front page of an old newspaper? Wait a minute. Looks like the page has a section missing. The date reads October 1955. 1955? I could be mistaken, but the piece that's been cut from this paper, it looks like it could be the article about my dad that I got in the second order sheet. Oh, it is this guy. I guess I'm not as sad anymore because like when I was like, oh, I bet it's gonna like, I hope it's not this guy because I'll be upset because like we met him so late in the game, but that was like a few streams ago, so I'm less upset. I take the newspaper front page with the section missing. It didn't say October. What did it say? Did I just read it completely wrong? December. I can't read. It's an illusion. I'm not actually reading anything. I hear the sound of somebody knocking on the door. It's a signal. I guess I gotta wait for him to knock again. Whoa, I hear footsteps. That's so scary. That's really cool. I hear the sound of somebody knocking on the door. Okay, all clear to keep looking. Trench coat lying on the arm of the sofa. Whole thing is wrinkled and damaged. Black leather gloves. That's sauce. In my professional opinion as a former detective, I'd say these look sleek but sturdy. What's he drinking? Whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey. Ah, fuck it, let's look at these boxes even though they're all closed. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything out of those boxes. Actually, that cupboard was open. Yeah, let's look at that. I wonder what is inside. Door's slightly open, I bet there's something interesting in here. Best not get my hopes up though. It's a body! It's a body! Snazzy blue jacket. Smart grey jacket. Something inside. Looks like some sort of magnetic key. Oh hell yeah! What's he gonna say about the white jacket? Flashy. So we got, what was it? Snazzy, smart, and flashy. I like all the descriptors. Alright, let's go in here. Use the magnetic key to open the case. Bingo. A letter set inside the case. This isn't the first time I've seen this. It's exactly the same letter set used for the order sheet. Yeah, but it's just like a Cape West letter set, isn't it? Does this mean he's the sender? Or had a weird graphical thing on the screen just then. Notebook inside the case, black leather cover, old and worn. Something written in it. You'll find the information on the item in the right of the third floor display case. Third floor display case? The guards change at 10 PM and the alarm bell on the door isn't the type. What the hell is this about? Oh, okay. We'll communicate using the usual means. Check the mirror. Check the mirror? What's he gonna see there? His reflection? Inside the case is a single lens reflex camera. It's a camera. Strange. It isn't much lighter than I thought it would be. Oh, it's much lighter than I thought it would be. Ah, now I see. The thing's just a toy. When I shake it, I can hear something rattling around inside. What? What? How do I get what it is? Do I have anything? Ooh, is it a screwdriver? No. Dunno. I'm gonna save. Because I'm a bit scared. Gotta be something here, but search harder. Okay. I'm not convinced he's ever used this kitchen. Oh, check the mirror. This mirror hanging above the wash basin has a few dirty marks on it that look like fingerprints. Why are the sink and its surroundings so clean, yet the surface of the mirror is dirty? Time for me to give that mirror a closer look. Alright, let's put hot water on. Oh, what's it gonna be? 83660. Oh, 836601. Okay. I write it. Nope. 8366601. Oh, thank you, Dave. Thank you so much. Okay, what do I do with that then? Don't know what we do with it. Gotta be more to it than just a plain old mirror. But we saw it! We saw it! What do we do with it then? get some wets. Actually, I do need to get some more water, so I might just have a quick break, go refill my water, and I will be back in a few minutes. Alright, everyone go have a stretch and stuff. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got some water. Here's your wets redemption, Bumfluff. Thank you. Very tasty. Welcome back. Thank you. Alright, let's do this. Alright, what did we just find? We found those numbers. But he also kind of was like, I don't know what that is. Wash basin? Streamer's back, yes! Yeah, because like when I exited out of this, he's kind of like, there must be something more to this, so I don't really know there. Yeah, what is it? Tell me. Tell me. Hello? Yeah? Yeah? I don't know. I don't know what I'm meant to do with that. Gotta be more to it than just a plain old mirror. Yeah, you saw it! You saw the numbers! Is it something I'm not understanding about it? There's something over here. Oh wait, what did this thing say again? The plan is moving ahead as expected. I'll contact you again with details on the item. All preparations here have been made. The item can change hands in the usual manner. My acute detective skills are telling me something. Will White is definitely not a regular salesman. Okay. Alright, and then there was something written in the notebook as well about the number. You'll find information on the item on the right. You'll find information on the item on the right of the 3rd floor display case. The guards change at 10 AM and the alarm bell on the door has an old type. We'll communicate using usual means. Check the mirror. What's the mirror supposed to tell me? I already know I'm not the fairest one of all. I don't know. We got the number from the mirror. I'm confused. I'm confused how we do this. So it doesn't want me to leave, I don't think. Gotta be something here. What have I missed? Unless we just have to look at everything. Doesn't look like he's used any of it. Yeah, he's a fucking weirdo. Maybe something in the other cupboard? I don't think we looked at the other side. Oh, hell yeah, okay, we didn't look in there. Oh, okay, this makes sense now. Okay, what am I gonna find inside this thing? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. 836601. Yay! Whoa. Whoa. It's open. Banknotes inside the safety deposit box. Stack of banknotes. Where do you get so much cash? Passport inside the safety deposit box. What have we got here? Looks like Will's passport. The passport is in the name of Will McGrath. Hang on. McGrath? So Will's surname is the same as the manager of the hotels. Oh. Take Will's passport. Hear the sound of somebody knocking on the door. Not again, I better keep the noise down. The footprints, the footsteps are scary. Alright. Should be good. Okay, all clear. I keep looking. What else is there though? Will's real name turned out to be Will McGrath. I don't know. I don't know what else I need to look at. Maybe I can leave now? Gotta be something more. What? Unless we gotta do something with this camera. Seems there's something inside the camera. Oh, we just, okay. I think I'm a bit silly. What the? Am I supposed to put a date in here? A date? Does it have his date? 28 November 42. Try that. Yeah. Oh. Yay. The interesting thing about that date format is the US doesn't use that date format. They go month, day, year, don't they? Not day, month, like we do. What's this? It's pretty tattered, but it looks like it was a postcard. They use month, day, year. Yeah, like I wonder why it was like that. And like Japan doesn't do day, month, year either. They do like year, month, day or something. So I don't know where this camera was made. You can also make out a signature on the edge. Michael McGrath. Wasn't he? Which is the only reason I remember my other friend's birthday being the 9th of October. Yeah, I find it really confusing when like the first number is like the first and second numbers are like within the 12 range, so it's like, which one is it? I take the torn postcard. Why on earth would anyone want to stuff half a postcard in the hotel from the hotel manager into this toy camera? I suddenly get a hint of presence other than my own, but it's already too late. I feel the muzzle of a gun pressed— What? Pressed up against my back. There's nothing I can do than stay still in amazement. hear a cold voice from behind me say, "What are you doing here?" How the fuck did you get in here? Just having a look at your room, do you mind? I needed to find out exactly who you are. Oh my god, those emotes are so cute. What are you looking for in here? Speak up. If you want me to talk, how about putting the piece down? I'm a reasonable man, sure, why not? What the fuck? The pressure on my back disappears. Oh my god. What the fuck? How did he get in here? How did you get in here? The door was open, so I just came in. You're going to have to do better than that. Unless, of course, you want to want me to put a bullet in you. It's the truth, this place was already open. Dylan left it that way after he came out. Dylan? What the hell? You said you'd asked him to take care of something in here before moving out. He used a spare key to get in. But being the numbskull he is, he left without locking up. Funny, I don't remember asking him to take care of anything. Maybe not, but it doesn't change the fact he was in here. If you don't believe me, take a trip down the hall and ask Charles, he saw too. He'll tell you exactly what I just did. Let's assume I believe you, for now anyway. Maybe Dylan was what? No, that can wait. The more pressing issue is what to do about you. I think you'll have to answer... I think I'll have you answer a few more questions. Let's start with what you did while you were sneaking around in here. You've twisted my arm. You sure you want me to say it all out loud though? I mean, I've just about pieced it all together, your secrets and such. Don't kid yourself, there's no way you know what I've been doing here. So there's more to it? Nice try on to you. I don't know what the answer is to that. So there's more to it? Nah, I got it wrong. You don't know the first thing about me. No. If you know so much, why don't you share some of it with me? Sure, but you better listen good. You sure you want me to say it? Okay, good, it's just put me in a loop, that's all fine. Oof, I got worried that I got a game over. Nice try, I'm onto you. Oh, you are you? Well then, let's just see how much you think you know, shall we? For starters, I know what your real job is. You've been earning a pretty penny by all accounts. And what is it you think I've been doing to earn all this money? I know plenty more than that. I know about all the lies and deceit too. Oh? And just what do you think I've been lying about? Oh. Yeah, I guess he said a different name. What? Got your number. You've got nothing, that's what. You don't have the first clue who I am. Alright. Your real name is... Will McGrath. Ridiculous. You already know my name. Come on, do you take me for an idiot? Your name's Will McGrath. Do you actually hear yourself? Have you got any proof to back up your outrageous claims? Where did the banknotes come from? Banknotes? And where did you come across something like that? Why do people say banknotes? Like, it's just money. Where did the money come from? I'll just pay for my coffee with my $5 banknote. I looked in the safety deposit box. You did what? You opened the safety deposit box in my closet. Yes, what's the matter? Surprised I got into it? There's no way you could have got that thing open. The only person who could possibly open it is me or the intended recipient. Will seems like a pretty reasonable guy. Alright, we'll give him... passport? Passport? Take a look at this. That's my... Right, it's your passport. Will McGrath, that's your real name after all. It is, well done. That's me, Will McGrath. Alright. What do I do about the money? Oh. What are you trying to trade? I'm sorry? What are you trading in exchange for the banknotes? There must be something fairly significant for the price you've been paid. Save your breath. I've had enough of your damn prying. It's not gonna be your day then. My prying's just about started. You've been pretending to live here in this apartment, but your real job means you have to creep around secretly at night, am I wrong? You'd be wise not to cross me any further. You started this conversation, remember? Maybe it's going to take a bullet to shut you up after all. Yeah, I'll take a rain check on that. Oh, smug hide. We'll have another sip. Besides, I doubt you've got the balls to show me right here in this place. To shoot me right here in this place. That's what you think, is it? Think about it. If you shoot me here, how long's it gonna take the other residents to come running? And I'm sure you aren't looking for any more publicity. Brave words with someone in your position. So anyway, now that I've blown your cover, Mr. McGrath, what to do about it? Luckily for you, I'm not gonna rat you out to the police. If you must know, I only snuck in here to find out something I've been investigating, in the hope of unveiling the truth. And I think you could shed some light onto it. I see. Well, Mr. Hyde, would you care to share it with me? What exactly are you looking for? What do you mean by truth? That's easy. I want to know about 25 years ago. Once I found out you were Will McGrath, I realized that you were connected to the murder that happened 13 years ago. Me? Connected to a murder? And how'd you figure that? You're the victim's son? Found the body. I don't remember. Because you found the body. No, I fucking don't know. I literally don't know. It's fine. It didn't give me a game over or anything. Victim's son, I guess? Is it? No? The victim of the murder 13 years ago, Kathy McGrath, was the manager's wife. McGrath's a common enough name. Just because we share it doesn't mean I'm related. You seem to enjoy jumping to conclusions. There's no jumping here. It's all based on evidence I have. If that's the case, please show me. What? Sorry, I'm getting yawny. Take a look at this. I open up the toy camera inside your case. The postcard I found inside bore the name Michael McGrath. It's the same name as the husband of the victim, Kathy, 13 years ago. He was the manager of the hotel at the time. Why have you been hiding it? Now that you've shown me this, I suppose there's no sense in denying it. You're right, Mr. Hyde. I'm her son. Kathy McGrath, the victim of the murder 13 years ago, was my mother. It all makes sense now. Damn, I'd never guessed you were related to the victim. No use in keeping quiet now, you may as well talk. What do you want me to say? Tell me everything. I want to hear exactly what you hope to gain from all this. I have absolutely no idea what you're saying. I live here under a false name, I grant you that. I'm the guy who does a job I'd rather the other tenants didn't know about. The same guy whose mother was murdered in the past. How's that for the truth? So, now you know everything. What do you have to say? Wow, that was almost half convincing. You think I was born yesterday? There's no way in hell you told me everything. Oh? Last chance, spill it. What have you been doing in this building? What were you trying to gain by using me? It's time you cut the bull and told me the truth. Why are you living here in this building? What are you up to? Nothing, I'm just a tenant. Living here just like you are. I don't think he is. Like, why would he live in the same building his mom died in? It's kind of fucked up. Looking for the culprit? Yeah, maybe. The what? Your case surrounding your mother's murder was never solved, so you're here trying to find out who the culprit is. Maybe I am, what of it? Some of what you're saying is close to the truth, but you're not quite in the money. Mr. McGrath, don't get cryptic with me. Not searching for my mother's murderer. I decided to live here after I found out who did it. What? Who did it? Tell me. Mr. Hyde, you and I have shared a very similar experiences. Both of us have had a parent murdered. Your father was killed 25 years ago and my mother 13 years ago. Both cases remain unsolved. What are you getting at? However, though our paths are distinctly similar, we have adopted different approaches. You were once a detective, yet you chose not to look into your father's case. You're even living in a place that may still be able to shed light on things, but do nothing. You're not even trying to find out the truth. And that's the real reason I'm so angered by you. And the reason I chose to point you in the right direction. Are you for real? What gives you the right to order me around? The order sheet was your doing. I think if I say the order sheet was your doing, he'd be like, yeah, you fucking know nothing, because I think we should know that it's him. What gives you the right to order me around? No, it was the wrong answer. It's not like you've got anything better to do, is it? Say that again, I dare you. No need to get angry, I'm only telling you what you told me to. But since you're so keen on hearing it again, I'll tell you. You know nothing, Kyle Hyde. Mr. Hyde, you and I have shared a very... Okay, yeah, we're looped back again. Do I just leave it, maybe? Maybe. Are you even paying attention to me? What? Since you don't seem to have been listening, I'll tell you again. Okay, fuck. So you don't just wait? Okay, you need to be like, it was you then. But I thought it was pretty obvious. Alright. So the order sheet was your doing. That would be telling. Come on, you told me this much, no sense in stopping here. Which direction were you trying to point me in? That's simple. What did you mean? What did you mean with what you said just now? You said we had distinctly different approaches to our respective pasts. Tell me what you meant by that. It was about something that I possess, but you don't. A burning desire to get even with the person who is responsible. I will not rest until the person responsible for my mother's death has been made to pay. And since the justice system has failed in its attempt, I must get revenge. Ah. I see where he's going. Okay. So who killed Kathy? The main person responsible is already dead, but their accomplice is still around. Their accomplice? Are you referring to... Oh, okay. Hang on, wait. See, I was thinking this is Patrice. Because, like, she's already been on trial for something and he's probably pissed off that she didn't get any kind of thing happen to her. But Marie also has two people that have died in similar circumstances. Wait, she was put on trial too. Oh my god, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Mrs. Patrice. That's what I thought. Right first time. I moved here in order to be in position to take my revenge on her. I originally intended to crush her throat with my bare hands, but then something appeared and got in the way of my plan. Okay. What got in the way of your plan? I learned that Sorry. Completely tongue-tied there. I learned that my mother's murder was triggered by the incident 25 years ago. I feel like Marie was just tragic. Yeah, I think so, but I think she was also put on trial as well, so that's why I tried to slip you up. by like, oh, the justice system already failed me. The other lady was more sus. Even though she seems nice. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I learned that that was due to the involvement of an organized crime syndicate. A crime syndicate? Yes, not just any one that you're familiar with. None other than Nile. What did you just say? Nile were involved? They were indeed. How the hell did they come into what went on here? That's something I can't help you with, I'm afraid. Crime syndicate. Yeah, fucking Nile's involved again. Who told us part 3 when? Ah, don't say that. That's something I can't help you with, I'm afraid. All I know is their involvement in the incident complicated matters. What kind of revenge are you planning? Oh my god, I keep yawning, I'm sorry. Wouldn't you want to know? Pitiful, just pitiful. Now, Mr. Hyde, that hurts. So you were just going to use me to get your revenge and be none the wiser? Was Kyle's dad also a detective? Yeah, I think so. But I think he also did, like, dodgy things? I don't know, I don't quite understand his dad. Hotel dust particles? Are you back at home, Amaho? I hope you're being very snug and comfy. You're just using me to get your revenge. I'd be none the wiser. I mean, you knew what I did on the side. You sent me the order sheet, right? I found all the evidence I needed to pin it on you in this very room. And what evidence might that be? Oh. I see. It's just a loop. Okay, so I show him his evidence. Show him that. Here's your evidence. It was you, wasn't it? You sent me the order sheet. Congratulations, Mr. Hyde. Alright. What kind of revenge are you planning? I want her to own up to her crimes and show me how repentant? Repentant. Then do it yourself, don't involve me in your dirty work. You still don't get it, do you? It's much more fun to have somebody else do it. Oh, that face is creepy. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. You're sick, man. Spare me your moral posturing. You took the order willingly. No doubt you've been having the time of your life roving around the building, reliving your glory days. And it didn't take you long to realize something either. You realized that if you found the Scarlet Star that went missing 25 years ago, you'd be able to uncover the truth behind your own father's murder too. And how the hell did you know about that? What interest could you possibly have in my dad's murder? I heard about it, the incident from 25 years ago. Somebody working at the hotel at the time told me. Who told you? Are you referring to Frank? No? I don't know. I'm so confused by this game. I'm just like, I have no idea what's going on. Oh well. That's fine. Yeah, I haven't understood a thing. Wait, is he done? Ah! No! What the fuck? I've got so many things wrong this time and now he's like, ah, no. Oh, fuck. Why am I dumb? Oh my god. Okay. Oh no, we have to be all through that. Fuck. Oh, fuck. I think it's funny they put give up as an option. It's pretty good. Alright. Did we get the thing front page? Okay. No, we open this up. Oh my god. We have to go through all that conversation again? I'm not happy. I might need to save state. In case we fuck up at some point. Oh, what was the date we needed? Fuck. November 42. No. Yeah. It's pretty tattered, but it looks like it was a postcard. Also, I can make out a signature on the edge. Oh, okay. We've read all of this. Oh my god, we are so far away from where we were. Oh, I hate this. Oh my god. There's so much talking in this. I can't believe it put us all the way back there. It's like all the others were like, yeah, we'll just loop you back around. And then that last one was just like, nah, game over. Sorry. If only I was less dumb and got it right. Alright. You want to know more about Dylan? Why do people know so much about Dylan? I don't know, because Dylan makes himself known. He's like in everyone's business, I think. Many a finger in the cookie jars. Oh no, my cookies. Wish I had some cookies. Actually, I have an ice cream in the freezer, so I can't wait to have that after stream. Okay, so now I think we can just show him these things. This specific music, this specific track reminds me of something from like the Ace Attorney Investigations game or something. Really similar to something like that. I don't know. I'm sorry we need to go through all this again, but I'm not reading it all out.
like, for a second time. Otherwise we'll be hit all night. Never mind, we're just here all night because I keep fucking clicking the wrong shit because I'm not reading it. Yeah? Yeah, that's your passport. Yeah? Okay, yeah. Alright. I still think banknotes is a weird word. Oh, smug hide, take a sip. Like how they threw one in while we're repeating this. Oh my gosh. See, this was so far behind. I think this is the longest game over we've had to like replay. Actually, fuck it. I'm gonna save state here. Oops. So if anything goes wrong, we're not that far behind. Okay, victim's son, yep. Alright. Oh my god. I don't know, there's still like another 2 questions or something before we get to the one we got the game over on. There's another question or 2. Like, fuck, it's so far behind. Oh my god. They won't stop talking. Oh my god, this is like torture. Excuse me. It's still going, I can't believe it. I wonder how long this is like taking to do. I'm gonna have to look at— oh shit, I accidentally skipped that one. I'll have to look at the VoD and see how long it's taken me to get back through this. Oh my god. Alright, another save state. I really don't want to do all this again. How terrible would it be if we failed again? Well, if we do fail, I have a save state. But I just can't believe— like, I was thinking midway through it, I was like, oh, I should probably throw in a save state, just in case. Fuck. Okay. I should have gone and got my ice cream so I could have eaten it, seeing as we're not reading anything out. I would have been able to finish it with how long this is taking. Oh my god. Alright, we're nearly there, I think. Because yeah, it wasn't that long before they spoke about Nile. Okay. This? Here's your evidence. Oh my god, I hate that face so much. Also, I said to myself I'd probably do like 1.5 cases tonight, and we're still on the first case of tonight. So I might just do the last 2 cases next stream instead. Okay. Save state. This one. Michael McGrath, your father, he told you, didn't he? Yes, that's right. My father told me the truth before he passed away 3 years ago. He helped me understand what happened, exactly what happened on that day 25 years ago. Alright, we're caught up. What happened 25 years ago? A safe was broken into on the premise of Hotel Cape West. The item stolen was known as the Scarlet Star. The person who stole it was your father. Whoa. What? Whoa. It's true. My father died 3 years ago, right after telling me everything he knew. It was the first time I was able to see the entire picture. So you didn't know before then? No, my father and I never really saw eye to eye. I left home as soon as I could. After that, the only time I met my father was at my mother's funeral. Later, he collapsed due to an illness, and the next time I saw him, he was dying. I hadn't seen him in 10 years. He was in a weakened state and in need of my support. Before he drew on his final breath, he spoke to me. He told me he was sorry that he had something he needed to say to me. He went on to inform me that a man called George Patrice had killed my mother. There was no evidence, but I knew for a fact it was him. Is he seriously trying to tell me Mag's husband killed Kathy McGrath? He then thrust that torn postcard into my hands and told me something else. That everything started 25 years ago when the Scarlet Star disappeared. That's the last thing he said. There was a man who stole the Scarlet Star from the hotel safe 25 years ago. He tried to tell me the name of the safe cracker. He struggled to speak the words, but he never made it. His final breath had been exhaled. He died wretched and lonely. He died a wretched and lonely old man. It wasn't the way he wanted to go. What happened then? After spending time to look after my father, I had a sudden change of heart. Although previously I hadn't really cared for him, these new emotions changed that. Almost without noticing, I was clasping his cold, lifeless hand and making a promise. I promised to get grips on the truth he imparted to me. Get to grips with? Yes, I find out everything and bring it to light. Make sure all the circumstances surrounding my mother's death are known. I used the partial hints that my father had left me with and started to piece it together. I researched the building, the key players.
and learned that George Patrice was already dead, that didn't deter me. I had to refocus my efforts on his widow, who had turned the hotel into apartments. Once I had uncovered that information, things got really interesting. I learned that the son of the person who cracked the safe 25 years ago lived in there too. But how'd you make the connection? How did you know that the person who cracked the safe was my dad? Did you really want to know? Here it goes. The reason that he was in the same business. The reason I knew was that he was in the same business as I am. I have my own very thorough means of finding things like that. And that's what you use to determine Niall's involvement too. Precisely. It also proved useful when it helped me learn about the jobs you did behind the scenes. My methods were infallible. Chris Hyde's son lived in this very building, oblivious to the events of the past. It was priceless, but it made me think. I had to find a way to make things, to make you start looking into things. And that's when you decided to send the order sheet. Right again. But it seemed I underestimated you. Before you unearthed the truths behind Mrs. Patrice and the Scarlet Star, you discovered the truth behind me. Did you think it was bound to happen? What will you do now? It may sound a little boring, but nothing. You found me out so easily after all. If I attempt to delve any further, I fully expect Niall to come knocking at my door. Niall? Yes, they've clearly left their mark on this building. If I even as much try to uncover the facts behind their operation, I'm a dead man. Please don't misunderstand, Mr. Hyde. I'd like nothing more to make them pay. But I realize the consequences. And I think it's time for me to release my grip. And you can live with that, can you? Certainly, as long as I'm alive, there's always a chance I can know the truth someday. That's the promise I made to my father. But for the time being, I value my life above all else. I see. The real question is, what are you going to do now? As long as that order remains valid, I'll do it, and I'll do what I always do and track down the item. An answer that does you credit. It's my job, after all. And the reward that waits for me at the end is more than enough to keep me going. As it should be. In any case, take this. Strange time to be giving gifts, wouldn't you say? I take the torn postcard. One more thing I forgot to mention. When my father thrust this into my hands, he told me this was a vital clue in discovering the Scarlet Star. And that, Mr. Hyde, is all I can tell you. Ooh, okay. He fucking just left his own room. Okay. Is everything okay, Mr. Hyde? Yeah, just peachy. I was worried for a moment. You took the words right out of my mouth, kid. Did you manage to get away okay? Yes, just about. He came back while I was keeping watch. I didn't want him to see so quickly, so I made my way back to my room, sorry. Don't worry, it was quick thinking. Besides, it's not like I could have hidden in his room. I guess you're right. I found out some useful information though. You know the murder victim from 13 years ago? Turns out it was Will. Will was her son. He is? He's not planning on coming back here anytime soon either. It's probably best if you forget all about him. He's not the kind of guy you should be associating with in any case. I see, thanks for the advice. I'll steer well clear of him. Charles moves away. So I finally discovered who sent me the order sheet. It was Will White. I'd never have guessed he'd be behind it. All I can think about is finding the truth behind what happened 25 years ago. I think I know what I need to do. I think it's time I gathered my thoughts about all that's happened. Phew. December 25th. Tony came into my room and gave me Rex's notebook. Written inside was a reference to Condor and a man called Jack Green. It said they both disappeared in 1967. Rachel kindly looked into the name Jack Green and found out he was... Big chapter. Yeah, I wonder how long it took me to get through that conversation with Will White. Because that felt like forever. Jack Green worked as a reporter for a a publication called Los Angeles Beat. Rachel discovered that he had unearthed certain truths about Condor and had been murdered before he could unveil it all publicly. After returning Sydney's record to him, we had a chat. This led me to want to talk to Mags regarding her late husband. Her husband, who was killed 13 years ago, went by the name of... I don't know. I've forgotten. George Patrice, that's right. Meg's husband's name was George Patrice. He was the proprietor of several successful eateries around town. Mags went on to explain that he was killed during a robbery that took place 13 years ago. Once Mags and I had concluded our business, Rachel contacted my paper. I got her on the phone and then looked into the photos from the album of the fourth floor. I made the startling discovery of a certain person in one of the photos. That person was a Mags. It was none other than Mags I discovered in one of the photos. It was a photo showing a party dubbed Scarlet Star. In it, she was wearing the necklace she still wears today. She looked a lot younger in that picture. From a photo in the 8mm film that Charles showed me, we noticed that Will White from room 306 appeared in both. Charles agreed to help me when I decided to go get a closer look at his room. Thanks to the contents of the safety box and the postcard inside the camera, I was able to discern a certain truth about Will. What was it I found out? I was using a false name. I found out that his real name was Will McGrath. Turns out he's son of the late manager of Hotel Cape West, Michael McGrath. The postcard and passport I uncovered inside his room proved it. After Will returned to his room, I put him on the spot to get some straight answers. He confessed to having been the one behind the mysterious order sheet I'd received. He went on to explain the reason he sent it to me was because... he was frustrated with me. The reason he sent me the order sheet, it was because he didn't want his mother's murder to remain unpunished. He also shared a new startling revelation with me about 25 years ago. This game is fun. It's very good. This is the second game in the series. You enjoy it, Big Many? The first game is like one of my favorites, but this one is pretty good as well. I think the first one makes a lot more sense. This one confuses me a lot. But yeah, it's very good. The person who snuck into Hotel Cape West with the intention of cracking the safe and stealing the Scarlet Star was my dad. I could only stare dumbly at Will when he told me. You liked the first one too? Yeah, the first one's like one of my favorite games. Like, I know I say Ace Attorney is like my favorite, but like that's up there as well. It's very good. I think I just like detective mystery visual novels, so they're all kind of up my alley. I could stare dumbly at Will. I could only stare dumbly at Will when he told me. The truth that Will shared with me didn't reveal everything. But at least another of this building's mystery has come to light. Why am I so keen on uncovering the truth behind what took place here 25 years ago? Thanks to him, I now have an outline that puts things into a better perspective. Now I know for certain, if I search for the Scarlet Star, I will also find the truth behind my dad's murder. In addition to those, I've also begun to consider something. That there's even more to this whole mystery than meets the eye. I have to uncover it all. You watched all the VODs when you played it? Oh, that makes me really happy. Yay. I'm glad you liked it. Games that get the brain tickling is cool. I never played those types of games, really. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is my sort of game. Like, I don't know. I just like them. And it's funny because like I don't actually like reading books or anything. Like I find I can never get into books, but I can sit down and read one of these styles of games very easily. You can now read the events of this chapter. Okay. All right.
I'm at 3 hours, but I'm in a weird spot because these chapters are quite long. So if there's only 2 chapters left, I don't know if that's gonna be another 2 streams or if I should keep going with this chapter and just go for like another hour maybe. That way I can try and knock out the game next stream. Big nap times. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to end or keep going for an hour because I'm kind of tired because I think that chapter took a lot out of me. Having to go through that guy's conversations the entire time. I don't know. Maybe I'll call it for tonight and come back fresh next stream. And if it takes me another 2 streams to finish, that's fine. But who knows, maybe I can pump out the 2 chapters next stream. I don't know. We'll see. If it ends up another 2 streams for each chapter, I wouldn't mind either. That's true. That's true. Because I know with the first Hotel Dusk, I consistently did 2 chapters each stream. And that was very easy to do. Because like 2 chapters equaled about 4 hours. But these... the fact it took me 3 hours to do 1 chapter, like these feel long. You would also not mind. Alright, well yeah, I might call it here for tonight. And come back on Monday, fresh and ready to get close to the end of it. Yeah, alright. Are you streaming tonight, Maho? Or do you have tonight off? Are you just being comfy? Because otherwise I need to find someone to raid. Thanks for stream. Thank you for coming. These are big chapters. Yes, they are. Thanks for stream. That's okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Alright, who am I raiding? Thank you, Bagel Crust, for always coming to these streams. It makes me very happy that people are enjoying these games. Alright, maybe we'll raid Pippins because they've only just started their stream. They've only been going for less than 10 minutes. Thanks for the story time. Have a good night. Thank you for coming. Thank you, everyone. It really makes me happy that you guys are enjoying this game. Okay. You work 10.5 hours with no break. You need naps. Oh no, that sounds awful. Get big rests. Get very big rests. Alright. You got a raid message, taxi raid beep beep if you guys want to post it in the chat. But yeah, alright. I'll see you guys next Monday. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, alright. See yous. Bye.